po ba, Doc?
Okay, so good evening, everyone. So this time our topic is, of course, infrastructure in e-commerce. No, so if there's one thing your e-commerce operation can do without, it's infrastructure. No, this could be anything from the end-to-end e-commerce technology solutions to the services offered by third-party partners. So, as your business grows, your e-commerce infrastructure should be able to grow with you and continue to to support your scaling operation. So e-commerce infrastructure refers to all the facilities and tools needed to run your e-commerce business. And this include the hardware, software, network, and services that support your operation from start to finish. So with the right e-commerce infrastructure, you can not only optimize your performance but also prepare your business scale. Okay, to give us more details about the topic, let us all welcome our presenter. Go ahead.
Hello everyone, I'll be discussing about e-commerce infrastructures. So, infrastructure is the foundation that makes your business stand out, while e-commerce infrastructure is a collection of hardware, software, network facilities, etc. that you need to run an e-commerce business. So, when you have the right infrastructure, of course, you will have an optimize a business performance. So, the key infrastructure that are needed to support e-commerce applications are internet, web, software, electronic catalogs, and web page design. So, I'll be discussing first the internet. So, what is internet? It is an interconnected network of thousands of networks and millions of computers, sometimes called host computers or just host, linking businesses, educational institutions, government agencies, and individuals. It is defined as a network that uses an IP addressing, supports TCP or IP, and provides services to users in similar to phone system. So I'll just give a brief history. So in 1995, the Federal Networking Council passed a resolution so formally defining the term internet, which is ito yung network na gumagamit nga ng IP address, supports transmission control protocol, and makes available services to users much like a telephone system, which makes voice and data services available to the public. So the next one is behind this formal definition are yung tatlong important concepts ng internet which will I discuss later on this report. So the next one is the World Wide Web, which is one of the internet's popular services, and it provides access to billions or web pages. So ito nga yung tatlong three important concepts. Number one is the packet switching. So it is a method of slicing digital messages into discrete units called packets, sending the packets along different communication paths as they become available, and then reassembling the packets once they arrive at their destination. So, prior sa pagde-develop ng packet switching, yung early computer networks is gumagamit na sila ng least dedicated telephone circuits to communicate with terminals and other computers. So, in circuit switch networks, such as the telephone system, so merong point-to-point circuit na pinagsasama-sama, and then pag napagsama-sama to, communication can proceed. However, these dedicated circuit switching techniques were expensive and wasted available communications capacity, so the circuit would be maintained regardless of whether any data was being sent. So, ito yung example ng packet switching. So, yung original text message is, I want to communicate with you. Then yung the second part, ito naman yung text message na na-digitize na into bits. Then yung third is yung, ito na yung tinatawag nating packets. yung digital bits broken into packets. Then yung pang-apat, ito yung header information added to each packet indicating destination and other control information such as how many bits are in the total message and how many packets. So, packet switching makes nearly full use of all available communication lines and capacity. Then, the next important concept is yung TCP or yung IP. TCP is a transmission control protocol and yung IP naman is internet protocol. So, it has become the core communications protocol for the internet. So, TCP, nag-establish siya ng connections among sending and receiving computers and minimake sure na yung packet is sent by one computer and nare-receive siya ng same sequence by the other computer nang walang nawawalang packet. So, yung IP naman, it provides the internet's addressing scheme and is responsible for the actual delivery of the packets. So, yung IP address, ito nga, or yung internet protocol. So, nakikita rin natin siya sa example nito sa mga Wi-Fi routers natin. Then, yung last is yung client-server computing. So, ito naman ay isang model of computing in which client computers are connected in a network with one or more servers, which are computers that are dedicated to performing common functions that the client computers on the network needs, such as file storage, software applications, printing, and internet access. So, yung client computers are sufficiently powerful to accomplish a complex task. So, yung servers, naka-network siya sa computers dedicated to common functions that the client computers on the network needs, ito nga, such as file storage, software applications, printing, and internet access. So, ito naman, yung physical elements of the internet or yung internet backbone. So, una is yung backbone. Ito ay isang high bandwidth fiber optic cable. So, isa siyang cable na nagtatransport ng data across the internet. Then, next is bandwidth. So, it measures how much data can be transferred over a communications medium with a fixed period of time. So, it is usually expressed in bits per second o kilobits per second, megabits per second, which is familiar tayong lahat, which is yung Mbps, and then yung gigabits is yung Gbps. So, redundancy, ito naman yung multiple duplicate devices and paths in a network. Then, next one is the internet exchange. It is a hub where the backbone intersects with local and regional networks and where backbone owners connect with one another. Then yung campus area network. So, generally, a local area network operating within a single organization. So, that leases access to the web directly from regional and national carriers. So, mostly, ang makikita nating term sa report na to is parang pang-IT siya. Then, the next one is the internet service. So, it is a firm that provides the lowest level of service in the multi-tiered internet architecture. So, ito naman, yung sa internet service, example naman dito is yung Converge, PLDT, Globe, Smart, and the last one is the narrowband, which is the traditional telephone modem connection now operating at 56 kbps. So, ito yung narrowband. Ang example dito, nung wala pang Wi-Fi, yung mga router lang na nakakonect sa telephone. Then, limitations naman ng current internet is ito yung bandwidth limitations, minsan mabagal or yun lang talaga yung maximum na capacity ng speed ng internet. Then, yung quality of service, network architecture limitations, and then yung wired internet. So, ito namang intranet, it is also a TCP or IP network located within a single organization for communications and processing. So it is used by a private and government organizations for internal network. So all internet applications can be used in a private intranets. So for this one, ito ginagamit naman namin siya sa company namin. Gagawin ko example yung current company ko or yung current employer ko, in which hindi kami intranet yung ginagamit para ma-access lahat ng tools na ginagamit namin. So, ito naman, yung intranet is the largest yung intranet, all applications available sa public intranet can be also used in a private intranets. So, the largest provider of a local network software, for example, is Microsoft, followed by open source and Linux, which para silang gumagamit ng TCP and IP networking. So, the second part is yung web. So, ito naman, the invention of the web brought an extraordinary expansion of digital service to millions of amateur computers, including color, text, and pages, formatted text, pictures, animations, video, and sound. In short, the web makes nearly all the rich elements of human expression needed to establish a commercial marketplace available to non-technical computer users worldwide. Then, sa web, ang nilalaman naman nito is first yung hypertext. So, what is hypertext? So, it is a way of formatting pages with embedded links that connects documents to one another and that also link pages to other objects such as sound, video, or animation files. So, when you click for example, a specific graphic and the video clip plays, you have clicked on a hyperlink. So, HTTP, for example, itong example na to. So, what you can see here is, ang HTTP is ito yung first set of letters at the starts ng every web address. Then, followed by domain name. So, ang domain name is, it specifies the organization server computer that is housing the document. Then, third is yung directory path and document name. So, these are two more pieces of information within the web address that help the browser track down the requested page. So, for this example, so HTTP makikita natin sa start ng web address. Then, yung www.megacorp.com is yung domain name. Then, yung directory path, kung nag-identify kung nasan yung domain wave. So, ito siya. Pagtapos siya ng domain name. Then, meron tayong makikita rito ang HTML. Ito naman, yung document name and kung ano yung format ng document na yon. So, next one is the hypertext markup language or also known as HTML. So, it is a GML that is relatively easy to use. So, HTML provides a web page designers with a fixed set of markup tags that are used to format a web page. When these tags are inserted into web page, they are read by the browser and intercepted into the display. So, ito yung sample ng HTML. Then, kapag in-insert na siya sa browser and na-interpret siya nung browser, ito naman yung parang sa example kung ano yung nakikita ng mga mata natin. So, you can see the source HTML code for any web page by simply clicking yung page source command found in all browsers. So, for example, sa Google Chrome, nakikita siya pag click tong 3 dots sa upper right ng screen. Madalas doon siya nakikita. Then, ano nga ba yung criteria for choosing e-commerce infrastructure? Siyempre, number 1, dapat flexible. So, an e-commerce environment must be easy to manage. So, dapat madali siyang ma-manage para sa lahat ng users. So, They must have the ability to respond quickly for all the changes and must adapt the new technologies and features as a scalable factor. Then next one is the usability. So it is an important factor while you are choosing the services for e-commerce platforms. So kapag may isang service na nag-fail, it will cause a major effect in delivering efficient performance. The next one is scalability. So e-commerce grows rapidly where new technology and services get added regularly, so it needs to have an environment that does not collapse during additional services. So the infrastructure should be scalable in terms of technology, human resources, high traffics, and etc. So also the performance of the system, hindi dapat siya bumabagal. Then lastly is yung security. So, e-commerce business is vulnerable to various sources like hackers, malware, security attacks, and etc. So, your infrastructure must allow firewalls to protect your e-commerce from network attacks and other paid security services. So, effective planning and management ng infrastructure e-commerce infrastructure. So, as an e-commerce business owner, so ignoring the importance of planning and developing an e-commerce infrastructure is a major failure for a business in the long run. So, kailangan mo dapat magkaroon ng infrastructure based sa pangangailangan ng company or business mo. So, even sa pagmamanage ng e-commerce infrastructure, medyo challenging siya, but sa pamamagitan ng maayos na pagpaplano at pag-handle, it can reduce risk and ensure uptime. So, for the next part, paano nga ba gumawa ng e-commerce website? So, number one is you need to find your perfect e-commerce platform. So, meron tayong tatlong types ng e-commerce platforms. Number one is yung open source. Then, second is yung SaaS. And then, headless commerce. So, yung open source, it is an open source platforms which offer their source code freely to everyone who wants to use it. It's free to install and endlessly customizable. And then yung SaaS naman is a software which is an e-commerce platform that meron siyang bayad and on a subscription basis siya. So, this system are generally easy to use, scalable, and have a robust security. They are designed specifically for e-commerce and they can handle the logistical processes like checkout and yung payment processing. Then, next is yung headless commerce. So, it keeps the shopping cart and display a layer of e-commerce site separates. So, ibig sabihin, you can use a content management system and yung digital experience platform or other technology on the front end and power with an e-commerce engine on the back end. So, sa headless commerce, it enables customer-facing changes and it also lets companies get market ng mabilis nang may mababang cost and yung businesses can get increased control over their store while outsourcing security and PCI compliance. Next one is the e-commerce hosting. So, e-commerce web hosting, it is where your data is stored. It can have an impact din sa security and sa gastos. So, kailangan mo talagang pag-isipan and intindihin yung mga options mo para sa e-commerce hosting. So, meron dalawang example, yung cloud and yung on-premise. So, cloud hosting refers to e-commerce sites hosted off-site. So, etong cloud, in-offer din siya ni SaaS. So, the platform manages the uptime as well as updates, yung patches ng e-commerce site, then upgrades na nakakatulong sa pag-maintain ng security ng platform ng e-commerce. Then, next one is yung on-premise. So, it refers naman sa e-commerce sites that are hosted on servers owned by the business and is usually found with open source solution. So, for this one, mas feasible siya para sa malalaking companies or corporations. Then, next naman, sa paghahanap mo ng perfect e-commerce platform, meron kang dapat na i-consider sa pagpili naman ng e-commerce solution mo. Number one is yung website performance. So, dapat it works consistently and has a strong uptime record. So, your website is available when customers want to shop. So, dapat lagi siyang available. So, for example, may isang customer na gusto agad mag-shop, hindi dapat nagkakaroon ng delay or hindi nagkakaroon ng issues. Then, next one is yung traffic capacity. So, kaya ba ng e-commerce website mo kapag marami nang gumagamit ng website? So, does it have the scope also to grow with you as your business expands? Then next one is mobile optimization. So, for this one, more consumers, syempre, nag-shop sila sa mobile devices. So, dapat yung platform can optimize your website for an excellent mobile encounter. So, we need to look for ways to enhance yung customer experience sa pamamagitan kahit na ginagamit lang nila yung cellphone is may experience nila kung ano ba yung dapat na na-experience ng isang customer. Like geolocation, for example, makikita agad, halimbawa si user gusto niyang maghanap ng makikita agad niya doon sa website mo. Then, secure payments and data. So, yung platform must be able to protect your data and your customers' data. Then, e-commerce websites e-commerce website builders to use. So, meron dito example, yung BigCommerce, yung Shopify, Magento, and WooCommerce. So, Shopify, ito yung medyo sikat. So, gawa din siya ng SaaS solution that's fully hosted din ni SaaS and known for being quick and easy to set up. So, they have an extensive range of plugins, but if you need to use ng madami, syempre yung price can quickly add up. So, Shopify can handle a high number of transactions per minute, so it can easily cope up with traffic spikes. Then, pangalawa, sa pag-build mo ng e-commerce website, dapat mag-purchase ka ng domain name. So, sa pag-purchase ng domain name, kailangan hindi siya, i-avoid mo yung creative spellings. So, dapat madaling matandaan ng tao kung ano yung pangalan ng domain mo. So, also, i-avoid mo rin yung generic or yung lagi nang nagagamit na pangalan. At syempre, yung mas maikli, mas better. Then, third one is, kailangan mo maghanap ng developer na maggagawa ng coding para sa'yo and magsiset up ng e-commerce site mo ng mas simple. Syempre, yung developer, meron silang mas deep understanding and mas malalim yung technical knowledge nila. So, makakapag-set up sila ng mas mabilis, meaning you can start selling then sooner. So, when considering a developer, ask them, of course, yung timeline. So, mapaplan mo din kung kailan mo ila-launch yung business mo. And also, ask to see other websites that they've built and get references from those businesses. So, make sure the developer shares your vision and can create what you're looking for within your budget. Then, pang-apat dapat to is pick your templates. So, find a theme that matches your e-commerce website vision. So, first is yung customer navigation. Pero, syempre, yung templates or themes are ready-built pages that you can customize then to suit your brand and help your site look good without design or coding skills. So, kailangan mo i-take in consideration itong tatlo, yung customer navigation. So, kailangan smooth yung navigation and dapat essential kasi yung customer navigation sa customer experience. So, kapag hindi mahanap ni customer kung ano yung gusto niya, they'll hit back yung back button and mag-shop sila sa ibang e-commerce website. So, a navigation bar is easy to read and dapat madali yung mga options mo para kay customer. Then, next one is style of the homepage. So, kailangan yung style ng homepage mo nagre-reflect kung ano yung brand mo. So, a customer should be able to tell what type of business you are from first glance. So, make sure the template communicates that clearly. Then, last is customization options. So, ano pa yung mga parts ng website mo yung pwedeng ma-customize. So, meron bang font and color scheme na nagmamatch sa kung ano yung branding mo. Then, ilan ba yung image na pwede mong include and yung mga products na pwede mong i-display. So, for the next part, it will be discussed po by Miss Nika. That's it for me and thank you for listening.
Okay, go ahead.
Good evening, classmate. Good evening, Doc. For the continuation of the reports of Ms. Pasalo, I am Nika Fuller Paulite, reporting this topic titled Technology Infrastructure for E-Commerce. I will discuss the topics or the input of my report. It is the building an e-commerce website, online security payment systems. The subtopics are add your product, set up payments method, sort out your shipping settings, preview and publish your online store, summary, and the conclusion after all the reports. So first, add your products. Products pages are the most, let's say, critical pages on your site. Why? Kasi they show your customers what you have to sell, di ba? Kaya it is important to take the time to ensure you display your new product in their best light by including optimized product description. Yan, make sure na eye-catching images and syempre easy to navigate categories. Dapat your platform should be friendly user. The first thing na we need to remember is the product descriptions. Syempre, product descriptions are an essential part of your e-commerce site because it should describe the usefulness, colors, textures, measurements, or value of the products to your customer and allow bots to index your page for your customer. We need to avoid the glitch or long sentences and complex phrasing when writing descriptions. Dapat simple lang siya pero catchy yung dating niya. And make sure the descriptions answer these following questions. Ito yung mga questions na kailangan nasasagot niya when you make a product description. First, who is the product for? Sino ba yung mga target customers mo sa product na to? What are the product basis details? Yan, yung specifications ng product mo, importante yan, syempre. Where would someone use this product? Saan ba ginagamit yung product mo? And when should someone use this product? Yan, especially sa mga beauty products, di ba? Tinitignan natin kung kailan ginagamit to. Is it we applied this cream every night or every morning, 'di ba? Importante nating binabasa 'yan. Next. Number 2 na important for add adding your products is the product images. Here, website visitors said na are engaged by visual information. So, high quality product images are essential when producing photos. Consider the following area. First, use high quality images. Kasi images represents the parang images represent the perceived quality and value of your product. The high quality photos make your product stand out, di ba? Dito pumapasok yung minsan expectations versus reality, di ba, kapag online store. Sobrang ganda nung images, pero sometimes nakaka-disappoint pag dumating sa atin. Parang sobrang sa quality images. Pero this is one way para ma-promote talaga yung product mo. You should use high quality images. Kasi vibrant photos also make the images more appealing, keeping customers browsing, di ba? Next, make sure each image is the same size. It is essential then that each image is the same size, as different size photos can often misalign your gallery. Use an image editor to adjust each picture to the required size. Yan, gamit tayo ng image editor. Next, yan, add product variation image. Kasi 'di ba, most images should be product only images that show the product from all angles. You should also include an in context photos that the products being used. These are helpful on product pages and can also be used in social media to boost emotional engagement. Next, yan, product categories. Yan yung example makita natin, di ba? You can add product to categories like yan, clothing, books, and movies to help customers find what they are looking for. Categories can also be used with filtered to enable people to sort through specific brands or price ranges, keeping them within their budget. And also, featured items are a great way to lead customer down your preferred shopping path. Yan, dapat madali siya, naka-category siya. Para madali sa mga customers na makita kung ano yung hinahanap nila. Yan, ito, one examples ng may product descriptions, yan, product specifications, tapos images. Nakalagay dito yung category niya is for Shopee, men's apparel, pants, others. Yan yung category niya. The product description yan. Nakalagay dyan, no? Parang pwede isuot sa kahit anong okasyon. Pwede pang formal, semi-formal, at casual attire. Bagay na bagay sa forma mo. Diba? Parang simple lang pero ang catchy niya. And yan, nakalagay din yung 4 different sizes. Next is the setup payment method. Setup payment method, it is right payment method is essential for closing the sale, syempre. If the method is too complicated or not trusted, your customer could abandon their card and not return. Make sure it also meets your payment processing needs. Siyempre tayong mga customers, para maiwasan yung scams, di ba? Make sure natin na yung payment methods is talagang alam natin na makakarating sa atin. So sabi, there are 3 types of e-commerce payment gateways. One is the redirects, checkout on-site payment, off-site, and on-site payment. So a redirect takes the customers to separate sites to process. The most widely used example is the PayPal. This is simple solution for retailers and passes on security concerns to the third party, but adds another steps per customer which may drive some weight. Next is the checkout on-site payment off-site. This gateway hosts the front end of payment, including collecting details, but the payment is processed off-site. Stripe is a popular company offering this service. It takes away extra steps for customers, but you have to ensure your site is encrypted correctly so information can be safely sent to the payment processor. And the next type of e-commerce payment is the on-site payments. So these on-site payments happen on your site, which give you complete control and responsibility. It is suitable for a large corporation who process a lot of payments as they can afford to keep it working and secure. So dito naman, I will give tips for choosing your payment integrations. So first is judge ease of integration. Think about how easy it is to integrate the system on your site. Does it work with the e-commerce platforms you selected? Dapat when you're selling a clothes, ganyan. Dapat the e-commerce platforms that you've selected integrates the system on your site. Dapat easy siya. It is easy to integrate. Next, consider customer reviews. Look at customer reviews from other websites. Yan. Is the gateway trustworthy? Does it work consistently? Have people had problems sending or receiving money? Importante na meron tayong customer reviews kasi dito tayo nakaka-gain trust. And pag nakuha natin yung trust ng customer natin, syempre, babalik at babalik yan sila. Bibili at bibili ulit yan sila sa'yo. And also, keep fees in mind. There are fees involved in every step of the process. Yan, kaya nga tayo nag-e-commerce, syempre, para kumita. So, keep fees in mind, including taking payments and processing refunds. Read the fine print so you understand how much the system costs and are happy with that price. Syempre, alam naman natin na when sa e-commerce, there are talaga na may mga percentage sila sa mga benta natin. So, kailangan aralin din natin yun. Kung how much the system costs and are we happy with that price. Next is the PCI compliant and secure. PCI refers to the Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard. This PCI compliant and secure ensures that credit card details are kept safe. Non-compliance can lead to fines, lawsuits, and loss of trust from your customers. So make sure your gateway is compliant and secure. You will also want to make sure your site has an SSL, yan, certificate to ensure all transactions and information from customer to merchants are secure. So next is yan, sort out your shipping settings. Shipping is a critical component of e-commerce. We customers want products promptly, diba? So choose your shipping setting wisely. So first, let us determine your shipping policy. Your shipping policy includes fees and carriers. Are you offering shipping for free, a flat rate, or a variable fee? Who are you shipping with? Also, consider whether you plan to ship internationally, and if not, make sure that information is readily available. So international customers aren't frustrated at checkout. Yeah, let us consider those things. Next, select e-commerce shipping solution. Decide on your shipping solution. Will you be doing packing or are you drop shipping? Shipping software that works seamlessly with the rest of your workflow permits you to automate the side of your business, freeing you, syempre, from the other matters. Next is preview and publish your online store. So how do we preview and publish our online store? First, does the checkout work? Syempre, to to us to be able to know if our online store works, we need to do a test run and order. Can you add a products to the cart? Yan. Is the payment process? Do you receive all the confirmation emails you were expecting? Yan. That's how you do a run test. Second, are the store's functions working? Yan. You need siguro to click every button. Click every button and link on your site. Do the button and link works? Do filters, yan. Filters, categories work. Tignan natin yan. If a link doesn't work, does your, yung 404 page direct customers back to your site? Yan, i-check din natin syempre yan. Yan. Does the store work on mobile? Look at the store on a mobile device din. Hindi lang sa desktop or computers. Let's also check on our mobile device. Are the dimensions correct? Can check natin. Are the buttons easy to click? Are images clear on a smaller screen? Check natin yan. Next, test your store on different browsers. Yan. Look at the stores on as many different browsers as you can. Yan. Check natin sa lahat, including yan, Chrome, Firefox, ano pang ginagamit? Safari, Edge. Ayan. Check natin lahat. Make sure it works on all the browsers. And if you have difficulties, ask the developers to fix it. And the fifth is set up the store settings. So the store settings include things like language, yan, time zone, your address and the contact details, and the information of the store. Yan, tignan natin yung store settings natin. Dapat visible siya to everyone. Sorry. Yan, as a summary of the reports, this is how we build an e-commerce website step by step. First, select your perfect e-commerce platform. Second, purchase a domain name. Third, find a developer. Fourth, pick your e-commerce theme. Fifth, customize your e-commerce template. Sixth, add your products. Ito yung ni-report ko. Set up payment options. Sort out your shipping settings and preview, test, and publish your online store. Yeah. For me kasi a good e-commerce site is more than just a place to sell products. It is where a business can create an experience that strengthens their brand, draw in new customers, and converts casual shoppers into loyal ambassadors. Choosing the right e-commerce platform and having a marketing strategy to create a successful online store can give you a head start in being an e-commerce success. Measurement units. Check this have all been set correctly before you launch. Yan, kasi di ba, the internet impacts every area of our lives We use it now for socializing, ayan, entertainment, working, and research. We also use it to shop. May nabasa nga ako na parang there's now a generation of adults who have only known a world where the internet exists, and as they and the generation that follows spend more money, e-commerce will continue to grow. Nabasa ko also, based on the research, currently 43% of shoppers use the internet na talaga ngayon, and social networks to research products before purchasing currently this year. And also the pandemic has made an parang already exploding trend of selling online, di ba ngayon? Parang the popularity of e-commerce is really a big play talaga today. Yan. And yan, so sorry. So let us all make the most out of social media. Since social media provides a great opportunity for us to connect with customers and bridge the gap between online and offline shopping. Let's use our social media apps. Yan, advertising on Facebooks, Instagram, and other social sites can drive traffic to our online store. The Pinterest to promote products, di ba? For selling physical items, Pinterest is one of the best options as many users come to this site to browse for inspiration. Also, the Facebook. You can build tragic organically with pins and boards done as well as by advertising. And we should engage with our followers. It is important to stay connected to your followers. If you are building online store, you need to monitor your channels and promptly answer questions and comments. Yan. Even though yung tanong is paulit-ulit na HM, yan. Yan lang for my report. I hope you learned something. Thank you, classmate. Thank you, Doc.
Okay, so thank you very much, of course, to our presenters, no? Again, more than any other retail businesses, no, e-commerce business rely heavily on technological infrastructure. So an e-commerce platform would be the first and most important consideration, as this is where your entire website will rest, no? Providing a digital storefront of your customers, no, for your customers. And there are many elements involved in setting up your e-commerce website, as what our presenter mentioned, no? The content management, multi-channel retailing, and inventory management. As such, the cost of setting up your e-commerce website can add up significantly, and you may also need to make additional investment depending on the size and scale of your operation. So let's say, for example, if you're selling across multiple sales platforms, solid inventory management software is necessary for accurate catalog management. Once your website is up and running, you may also need further adjustment according to how consumers behave on your website. So we need to consider our sales and marketing. Of course, deliver exceptional customer service is also your e-commerce business should be equipped with the right tools, no? While email may be sufficient to provide basic customer service, both during and after sales, you'll need to make it more robust, no? With phone support, no? So in addition, live chat and social media support are important considerations so your customers can reach you anywhere. As your business scales, you'll need a robust customer relationship management system to easily manage hundreds of thousands of interaction. So while you can handle many of these activities in-house, you may also consider outsourcing to relevant third parties. So after enhancing their e-commerce customer service using live chat and macros, of course, there are certain layer, no, which able to increase up to 75%. Now, fulfillment is also another consideration, and finance. Now, computer-based e-commerce infrastructure, no, scaling your e-commerce infrastructure involves investing in a good hardware and software solution to support your operation. So this will be able actually to discuss a while ago by our presenters, no, like servers, no, firewalls, no, security should be a priority for e-commerce businesses, no, as you have to safeguard your customers' personal and financial information. So as such, you need to invest in strong firewalls to ensure that your networks are protected from outside attackers. Now, this adds a layer of security so that only certain kinds of traffic are permitted to access your site. No? Another is the encryption data devices. Now, for an added layer of security, data encryption is also vital to ensure that information can be securely transmitted through the internet. We need also to consider the data analytics, no? And some other management software. No? Or order management is a crucial factor in ensuring that your e-commerce business functions smoothly, which makes order management software a vital investment. No? And e-commerce businesses, of course, encountered some challenges, no? Because e-commerce businesses experience many challenges related to infrastructure, which become prominent during peak sales season and in international e-commerce selling. Most of these challenges revolve around technology and fulfillment. So actually, in a survey of 350 e-commerce professional, WebScale found that many e-commerce retailers struggled with site availability and slow page loads. No, security incidents and hosting challenges were also common. No, choosing the right hosting and security provider can alleviate most of these major challenges. So, as per fulfillment, e-commerce business may experience challenges due to poor inventory management and warehousing. So smaller businesses working out of small spaces, let's say for example, may run out of storage space. Now this will obviously impact fulfillment as workers struggle to find the items they need to pick and cannot move freely inside the warehouse. Additionally, they may lack the infrastructure to accurately forecast demand and as a result, order too much inventory or not enough. So this can result in financial loss from overstocking and negative customer experiences from stockouts. Now, for collaborations with third-party shipping carriers adds to the challenge as retailers are often left in the dark even in case of delivery delays or capacity restriction. Okay? So, some of the main components of e-commerce infrastructure include, again, website development, security, web server maintenance, and database management, to name a few. The main objective of the e-commerce infrastructure is aims to support different functionalities and process in an e-commerce operation, allowing the business to function smoothly. Then, of course, what infrastructure is required for e-commerce? Now, e-commerce businesses typically need infrastructure related to technology, sales and marketing, customer service, fulfillment, and finance and administration. So I think that's it for this topic.